July 25th, 1946, two fathers, two mothers, and an unborn child lost their lives to lynching through a mentality that still exists today. Now, we may not see lynchings on the bridge, but please understand that we're still being lynched through newspapers. We're still being lynched by talk, radio, agitators who are trying to agitate various mentalities to motivate the people to continue to reenact a lot of these issues that we thought we left back in the days. Now, 30 years after 1946, 76, I was born, and my parents still went through it. Now here we are 31 years later, and we're still faced with the same mentality. So my question to the audience is, how can we criticize people? How can we criticize this mentality? How can we criticize the school systems, but still send our children to be educated? How can we understand all this that went on, but still allow our children to be judged by some of these judges? So, are we as a people, are we hopeless? Have we given up? No. Is there anything left in us? Because if it is something that should have, is that we have to show it from all these issues.
Yes.
Right now, all that's going on is not being communicated to them.
That's right.
We all know what they see. We all know what they hear on TV. We all know about the music that has affected their minds.
That's right.
And will continue to affect their minds. So what we're doing, Dreaded Minds and various other youth groups that we have across the state of Georgia, is mobilizing a lot of youth through music, through poetry. And what we're doing is no longer are we going to depend on all of these systems that profit off of these behaviors, off our mentality.
That's right.
We have systems around us that profit off it.
That's right.
What are we going to do about it? That's the question. So we've organized the grassroots movement where through poetry, through positive lyrics, community programs, we're going to fund and motivate and uplift our youth. And Miss Lawson, she's a mentor, a mother. She's guided me in a lot of ways, and I really appreciate that. And I ask that we have more elders to step up and really lead some of these youth. I'm just one person, and I can speak for hundreds and hundreds of youth that are tired of this. That we know what's going on. What can we do about it? When we see our elders have given up, what are we going to do? We're going to follow that mentality. We're going to follow that mentality because you all are mirrors, and your children are your reflection. So Miss Lawson asked me to come down here and share a poem because that's what I do best. I'm a poet. And hopefully you can grab something positive from these poems. And it goes like this. How do we begin to heal our generation of dying lions, wounded wolves, and proud panthers when we were chained to the pages of propaganda and assassinated by the poisonous pens of racist slanders? Only the strong and disciplined amongst us will endure during these runs. For we, the meek, must plant righteous seeds so that we can grow beautiful villages out of our black, dark slums. No more will this bacteria kill our precious flowers. No more Roman reigns. No more numerical prisons where the prophets of men are seized and slain. For I am a seed of change. Here to harvest the farmers of my time for the sole purpose of replanting and rebuilding the new world. I am a seed of change. Here to drain the stone breast of Mother Liberty, for she pacifies the mind of change. Moses walked 40 days in the scorching deserts of North Africa and begged the pharaohs of Egypt to let my people go. Today, we stand in the wilderness of North America, and I beg the people to let your pharaohs go. Let go of your slave masters that lynches you on trees of injustice with democratic ropes. Let go of these educational institutions that bury their godly identity in their halls of intellectual smoke. Let go of these systems that crucifies our benevolent prophets on capitalist crosses. O lost descendants of Israel and Ishmael, rise and unify against these serpents that agitate our wars. We may be a million leaves, 1,000 different branches, but we are all one tree. O black sons and daughters of a great, great God, explode from your shells of confusion. Rise and illuminate your benevolent lights upon these systems that propagates our death. We must all reach to rescue our sinking siblings from Babylon's treacherous floods. Like you, I know the pressures of the prophet Jonah, slowly drowning in the belly of a whale. The children of Hurricane Katrina, slowly drowning in the belly of an eagle. My political prisoners continually drowning in the belly of the beast. Swim for your freedom. Close your external eyes and open your inner soul. For such as the great and mighty elephants collapse from the absence of water, so do our people from the spiritual wells. To know that one sip can rejuvenate your eternal strength, why do you not drink from the fountains of life? Instead, you savagely feast on the floors of hell, devouring the death that awaits us here. Such as the caterpillar makes its metamorphosis into its eternal beauty, so will the people once they realize the great and mighty God that live within them. Wake up, people. Wake up. It is us who will change this. We cannot wait for another generation. We cannot wait and hope that something's just the youth is gonna one day wake up. We have to make that move. You want change? Show change. And that's the message that I'm bringing. And again, please, people, wake up. There's a lot that needs to be addressed. The youth are motivated. I brought some youth with me. We're motivated for the cause. And I want to leave with a quote that I read a couple of days ago. And I mentioned it to the youth on the way ahead. And this is echoing what the brother was saying, which is we have our own that is doing a lot of this mess to us. And the saying goes, when an axe walked into the forest, the trees said, the handle is one of our own.